want to introduce, as I always do, my girl Mello.
What's up?
I know,
What's
right?
up, Lo? How you, babe?
I'm good. We've been going through all kind of studio changes up in here today. I don't know what's going on, but it seems that it's a harvest moon or some kind of stuff. But the cameras ain't been right. But
That's a
we
good thought.
finally got it right. Let us always know what you think about the set. Remember, I'm going to say it up front this time. Subscribe
Subscribe.
to the box. Click the red box. I see some people and they have like, I don't know how they do it, but they have hearts at the bottom, right-hand corner, whatever. They tell you to click on the heart or click on the whatever, and that subscribes them. I don't know how to do that, but if y'all know, then send me an email and let me know. Send me an email to boundlesslola@gmail.com and let me know how to do that.
Yep. And share this. Share this with your
Share
mama,
it,
your daddy,
share it.
everybody you know.
So last week we had on a friend of mine. Yeah, did you know you're not supposed to say mines?
Yes, I do.
People always say mines, and I had
friend of
this.
mine's.
I used to work for this lady, and she would always, and I used to say it, and she would always say, "That is not proper English, Miss Brenda Dancel Jones. I'll say your name. That is not
Friend of
proper
mine.
English." And
Yeah,
I would be
no,
like, "For
it doesn't
real?
sound
What
right.
is it?"
Friend of mine.
It's not a friend of mine. If you say something is yours, you don't say it's mine's. You say
Right.
it's mine. So all of you people out there, even in the songs, I was listening to some song the other day, girl, it was like mine's, and I was like, "Ooh, that's wrong.
Oh, well, that shit.
Such wrong." So don't say mine's.
lot of
But
that.
anyway, so last week we had a friend of mine, Mr. Jermaine, on here,
Yes.
and we talked about the marriage contract. You know, go back and watch it. It's real interesting.
It's funny.
It's
got a lot of
funny.
stuff in there.
It's got a lot of stuff. It was brought to my attention by our producer that we talked a lot about the marriage contract, and that may have upset some nerves. Matter of fact, it may have sent some of y'all into quite a tizzy. So that being the case,
Tizzy.
a tizzy. But we didn't provide any aftermath, what'd you call that? Post-traumatic stress syndrome type answers for
Right.
you after we traumatize y'all asses.
We didn't give you anything to go back
We
and
didn't
how to
give you-
figure out
we
how to
didn't give-
change it.
We just left people
make
sitting
it work for
in the
you.
middle of all the wedding planning books on their bed going, what us gonna do now?
Don't throw that stuff away.
Don't throw it away. You can still marry him. The
Yes.
thing is this. So this series, this segment, y'all tell me what the hell to call these things. This this set of episodes.
Right.
We want to talk about how to make it work anyway.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So how to make it work anyway, even though it turned out to be different than what it was intended to be. And so let me just reiterate. We talked about the marriage contract. Oh, and I'm not going to. Go back and watch the shows from last week. Marriage started off more of as a business. And so last
Exactly.
series of shows, the last segments that we have, we go through that. We explain what that means, why it was a contract, why it was business, what
Right.
its intention was, and all that kind of stuff.
Exactly.
But I know, and I got some. What the hell was that? And I got some kickback from some folks who watched, because I let people privately watch it before I put it online. So I know that because there was some kickback, I know that you all need some explanation. So one of the things we're going to talk about today is guys.
Ooh, guys.
We're going to talk about men's. And we're going to
In
talk
your life.
men's in your life. And we're going to talk about how to understand them better, right?
Yes.
And, you know, because we didn't talk about what our weeks were like. So let me go first this time.
Go ahead.
Right. So I have lots of men's in my life in different capacities. You know, they're not my mates. They're my friends. Some of them might have been potential mates, but this is the first time in my life that I can remember when there was not a perspective, there wasn't a present, or there wasn't a past, something that was still hanging on.
Lingering.
Yeah, because my thought is that somebody's always usually in some phase of relationship.
Right.
Either they got somebody still hanging on that they doing booty calls with, or they just kind of occupy their time when they want to.
Yeah.
They in something, or they trying to get to know somebody new.
Right.
Right. So you're doing one of those three things. Well, this is the first time in my life that I can remember as an adult person, and I'm sure there have been times when my son was younger, that I haven't been anywhere in there. I'm just single, as they say, as a dollar bill. I'm single as it all get out. It don't get no singular than this. I don't know if that's right, but it doesn't get any more single than what I am right now. And maybe there have been times when that's happened to me, but what makes this different too is that I'm good with it.
Right. Exactly. Well, yeah. Well, that's because you've matured in it.
Yeah, I'm good with it.
Mm-hmm.
So, but there are lots of people my age who they ain't okay with it.
Well, that's because they're thinking about their clocks.
Well, some of them heifers ain't thinking about their clocks. Sorry. They're not thinking about their clocks. They're thinking about just they don't want to be by themselves. Yeah. Although one of my best friends and my business partner, hey, with Barbara. Mm-hmm. Ooh. Mm. Mm-hmm. He met somebody.
Watch it.
And this person is still thinking about having children.
Really?
Yeah. And is older than 40 something. And
well, okay.
So I mean, if you've never had them, then maybe you're still trying to have them. So there are some people out there who, I guess you're right, who are still looking at their clocks. But then there are other women who just don't want to be alone. Like I tweaked his dating page, and when I tweaked it, now he has at least 100 and something like messages every single freaking day, every day.
Wow. So he's busy.
Him busy. Okay. And I told him one of the reasons is because nobody wants to be by themselves. Well, let me tell you guys why I'm content at being solo right now. Because I realize, and this is what we're going to talk about, men are not women with penises. They require a certain level of understanding that we don't have for the most part unless we're taught to. And that's why the divorce rate is over 60%.
Yeah.
Because we're getting married and we have an expectation. For the wrong reason. And we have an expectation that's just not realistic in most instances. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And so the reason why I'm okay right now with being solo, because I don't feel like accommodating all that old bullshit.
And it is a lot to accommodate.
I just don't feel like accommodating it. Let me ask you a question, though. This is going to be real off-kilter.
Oh,
this ain't got nothing to do with nothing, right? So being a gay woman, do you think the femme women, the girly lipstick lesbians, I don't know if that's appropriate. It's not? Okay, I'm sorry. The women you date.
I didn't say it was inappropriate. You're just funny.
Okay. So I'm trying to be PC.
I know.
So the women you date, do they feel the same way about you since you're an aggressive that we feel about men?
Yeah.
You think?
Some.
Really?
When you say that, what is that thought?
The things that I say that how men feel about things. Like, well, we're going to get into and it was one of the things that spawned this conversation was our guest last week, Jermaine, popped off out his mouth and said, because what did he say? The stuff we have to deal with, that they have to deal with us.
Yeah.
Like that they have to deal with us and be bothered with us like we're gnats or something, or flies at a picnic. Like that's how he said it. But we're gonna get into that. But so do they feel? Do your girlfriends or your mates? No, she don't. Oh, she only got one person now. But I'm saying, do you think that she feels that? Can I say her name?
No.
Okay. Do you think that she? Why the hell not?
We just had this conversation yesterday.
For real?
Yep.
Wow. Okay. For real? We can't. I'm gonna have to call you.
Yep.
But okay, so I can't say her name. But so does her?
Does her feel that? Well,
as a matter of fact, we're gonna split this up. We're gonna get into when we get into the next segment. Okay. We're gonna come back and find out whether or not in the lesbian relationship it's the same craziness that we have in these heterosexual relationships.
Some of it is.
Some of it is. So sometimes
because you still have that same mentality that you as far as the woman and what it is, the feminine of the two
that you want.
Okay. Right.
And so the aggressive person may be carrying it. Okay, look, we're gonna come back in a minute and we'll talk more about this. Y'all feel so flicked. I don't know what words to use. We'll be right back with more of That's Just Lola. Subscribe. Click the subscribe button and share. We'll be right back.